Hello and welcome to program 31 in this series of programs and tutorials that focus on TradeStation EasyLanguage. If you're watching this at youtube.com, then please also visit markplex.com, that's markplex.com, and also sign up for the email list, and then I'll be happy to let you know when I create new tutorials or programs. So program 31 is a result of a request from one of my clients, and what he was interested in was a trade planner that would draw horizontal lines on a chart to show a potential entry level, target 1, target 2, target 3, and a stop level. And that is what I've done. You can see on the screen now this applied to a mini Dow and 5-minute chart, and the idea behind it is when you first apply it, you have a number of controls in terms of where the entry value is, and also the number of ticks between the entry and target 1, the number of ticks between target 2 and target 1, the number of ticks between target 3 and target 2, and also the number of ticks between the entry and the stop. Now I have made this so that you can either make it actually instigate trades using using the regular stop and limit orders at these levels. But you can also turn that off using a user input and just use this purely for trade planning, perhaps in conjunction with some other indicators or oscillators. The other thing is that once it is applied to the chart, you can move the lines and the values will update as you move them. So for example, as I move the entry line here, you'll see that both the values at the end of the line modify, and the data is also dragged. Now the other thing you can do is you can move the target. So if you move target 1, you'll see that that moves target 2 and target 3 as well, keeping them the same number of ticks away. You'll see here that the label has been updated, and also this label here has been updated showing the number of ticks. So similarly I could move this one down and you'll see the number of ticks changes, and similarly for the stop. Now you'll notice that as I move these, they sometimes click back into place and sometimes move a little bit further away, and that is because I programmed this so that you can only move a line on a tick level. Now with TradeStation, if I hadn't done that, obviously it would still only have tried to enter trades at an actual tick level, but I just think it gives a better view of where the lines actually are located. And depending on whether we round up or down, you can see that at markplex.com in the description of the program. So what I want to do is just look at the inputs and do that by going Format, Strategies. Okay, so first of all, trade. This determines whether or not we will actually enter a trade at those lines, and as I say, trades are instigated using stop and limit orders. Interval, this program uses the TradeStation timer, so this is set to update every 250 milliseconds at the moment. You can modify that. Long or short, now if we have this set as -1, then we would be expecting a trade whereby the current price action is above the entry level, and we would be attempting to go short. If that is set to 1, then we would have the long entry level above the current price action. Now you have the option of setting the value yourself in terms of the entry value. However, if this is set to 0, what the program will do is when it is first applied to the chart on the last bar on the chart, it takes the price value and then puts the entry value 20 ticks away from that. So if long or short is set to -1, it would put it 20 ticks below that price, and if long or short was equal to 1, it would put it 20 ticks above the price when first applied to the chart. Now the following two inputs determine the colors of the entry lines, and you can have a different color for long or short. TGT1 is the number of ticks that the target is away from the entry value, you can change the color of that line. TGT2 is the number of ticks that target 2 is away from target 1. Similarly, TGT3 is the number of ticks that the target 3 is separated from target 2. And then STP, this is the number of ticks that the stop is set away from the entry value. And you can also change the colors of those lines. Now, if you do have trade set to true, you can determine how many contracts or shares are taken off at each level. So for example, CTS1 would be taken off at the target 1 level, CTS2 would be taken off at the target 2 level, and CTS3 at the target 3 level. Now you'll notice here there's another input, which is risk reward color, and what I've done is just created a little calculation in this part of the screen here, and what this is determining is the difference between stop and entry divided by the difference between target and entry. So you can see it's a 0.73. That means that the risk is less than 1. If we were to move target to be the exact same number of ticks as the stop, then we should see that that value will become equal to 1. Okay, so you can see now the stop and the target 1 are both the same distance away from entry, so the risk reward level there has become 1. The other thing to note on this is that I've made it so that it will correctly display the number of decimal places. So this is the mini Dow, 2 decimal places. If we were to apply this to, for example, a pound dollar, and just turn it on, and I'm just going to set the initial level here to be 1.58. And say OK. You'll notice here that the pound dollar price is displayed to 5 decimal places there. And similarly, if we were to look at, say, the at TF, you'll notice again 2 decimal places. Okay, so I'm going to make this program available for download, and what I'm also going to do is create an indicator version which would be more or less exactly the same, apart from, of course, there would not be the option of being able to enter into trades. So anyway, I hope you will find this useful, and again, if you're not part of our email list, then go to markplex.com and I will be happy to send you updates when I create new programs or tutorials. Thank you.